Look at your stupid ass. Come here. Got your bitch ass.
After Damian Wayne was killed, his body was stolen and taken to Apokolips, and Batman planned to go there and reclaim it. The Justice League was against this, saying that he shouldn't be leaving Earth in case they need him. Bruce ends up shocking Cyborg and teleporting away so that he can get into the Hellbat armor, one of the most powerful suits ever created. The Justice League confronts him once again, saying that they created the suit for him to be protected, not to play God on another planet. Batman seemingly gives up, but later calls the Bat family and shares his plan to get inside the suit. He eventually takes the suit and invades Apokolips, taking down hordes of parademons and entire armies to get to his son. He even goes toe-to-toe with Darkseid, eventually succeeding in retrieving Damian's body and returning home, using a Chaos Shard to resurrect him, which restores him back to life and grants him powers.
Hey, what's your white bite here? Would you slick?
Hey, watch it, fellas. You got the prince of the city there. Some event, huh? Brought out the one guy in the city more reclusive than me.
Thought you'd never leave the shoreline. Aren't you afraid someone will take a shot at you?
Why? Because your father ain't around. Oz, you know Bruce Wayne?
Wow, is that right?
His father saved my life. I got shot in the chest, right here. I couldn't go to no hospital, so we showed up on his doorstep, operated right on the dining room table. Here he saw the whole thing, up on the stairs looking down. I remember your face. You don't think that meant something he did that?
It means you took the Hippocratic Oath.
Hippocratic Oath. That's good.
Pushover after all.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Oh my God!
Unexpected
Sophia had every right to gas that motherfucking house and take out every single one of her family members because they are all not shit. Falcone's a bitch for the simple fact that you know, Falcone, you killed your wife, aka her mother, and then framed it on her and had her locked up in fucking Arkham for 10 years? What? This entire family can go to hell. The only person that she protected was that little girl, which is her baby cousin. Had to tell her baby cousin, hey, you wanna go get some cake? See, for the simple fact that she don't know what the fuck is going on. She's just a kid. So she was like, let me get her out of here so she won't die too. So this is just pure innocence. So Sophia like, come on, let's go get some cake. She knocked every one of their asses off while her and the little girl was asleep. She did it in the most stylish way while looking beautiful doing it. And you clearly seen in this episode that she had a lighter side to her before. Being in an insane asylum for 10 plus years can make you kind of cuckoo, especially if you're innocent in doing it. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I ain't mad at what the fuck she did. They deserved all that shit. Hope she can rewind it and do it again. So me being mad this entire episode paid off, because at the end, oh my god, it was satisfying seeing them all getting taken out.
According to Hollywood Scoops, Court of Owls will be introduced in Batman 2. They gonna need to do this story well. And that's because not only are they one of Batman's best villains, they are also control of everything that happens in Gotham and a whole lot of stuff that happens in the world. And according to the comic books, they are so crazy to where they actually end up driving Batman insane, bro. And it starts with Batman actually thinking that he has a lead on the Court of Owls, and he ends up getting put into this maze by one of the Talons. And he ends up wandering this maze for days because he ends up drinking some water or substance that was in there that actually drove him insane. And he also sees a portrait of people that have not gotten out of this area. And it gets so bad till he actually gets stabbed in the back by one of these Talons and beaten up. But eventually Batman beats him and escapes, going back to Alfred, having to recover for I think 8 days. And it would actually tie in very well to the storyline of the Batman movies, because they say that there's a power that's controlling everything that's bigger than him.
They'll kill them too. Well, people are watching. What people? So much bigger than you could ever imagine. It's the whole system.
Yours. What'd you say? You would rather die than talk. What was she afraid of? You.
Oh my god, bro. If you are not watching The Penguin right now, you're missing one of the best shows of 2024. I'm talking straight cinema. Especially if you saw The Batman, you got no... What are you doing? The fourth and most recent episode was the best episode so far. And bruh, the Penguin wasn't even in it! The episode was all about Sophia Falcone, Carmine Falcone's daughter from The Batman, who is also Catwoman's half-sister. We know she's been locked up for 10 years for some murders, but we don't know exactly what happened. We get to see the past and a young Carmine Falcone. A reporter approaches Sophia about 7 women's murders. All the women were strangled but made to look like self-checkout, which coincidentally is the same way Sophia's mom died, and all these women coincidentally worked for Carmine Falcone, her father. The Batman even foreshadowed this when bro tried to strangle Catwoman. What is bro's deal with strangling people? Dog was in that mode. 7 women? Carmine finds out his daughter had spoken to that reporter. The reporter was gathering evidence to get him investigated for murder, so you already know what type of time he's on, dog. The reporter winds up dead, strangled, but Carmine pins this murder and all 7 other murders on his daughter to save himself. He has the whole family write testimonies of her being crazy in the past. He's paying off cops, judges, everything. Shitty ass father. She gets sent to Arkham Asylum where she's tortured for 6 months going crazy. At the end of the 6 months, they hit her with the psych nah. She spends a decade in Arkham Asylum, dog. Innocent. Now we fully understand her character and why she's so unhinged. I'm not gonna say much. All I'm gonna say is she does not let that slide. The universe they're building around the Batman is tough! Don't sleep on this show, bro.
We talked about absolute Batman, absolute Superman, but now it's time to talk about absolute Wonder Woman. And as you can see, she's a lot different than the one we grew up with. Instead of being raised in paradise, she was raised in hell. So she don't know nothing about the mascara, sisterhood. Instead, she was raised as a demon. She got tattoos, a big ass great sword like Guts, and she's riding on a freaking demon Pegasus. That shit is tough. And that's not no lasso of truth. That's the lasso of I'm finna wrap this shit around your neck and you gonna tell me everything I need to know. But one thing that didn't change, Diana is still looking fine as hell. With all that being said, let's get into this sneak peek. We see the news recording something that came out the water. Some type of upside down pyramid and stuff is flying out of it. And we see red demon dragons flooding the city. So Wonder Woman flies in on her demon Pegasus. She reaches in her magic bag and pulls out her great sword, so it has the ability to shrink and grow. And she starts slicing heads off with no effort. And then she does a cool ass superhero landing with a new helmet. And I'm not gonna lie, this design is so hard. She takes off her helmet and rubs blood across her eyes. I don't know what the hell that means, but it doesn't mean anything good. And she jumps up into the sky to fight more of them. We We also got this other page of her and her Pegasus walking up to the king of those creatures. I don't know what the hell this is, but it looks exactly like this bird from real life. But yeah, man, that's all we got for now. But thankfully, the comic drops on October 23rd, and I will definitely be there. Let me know how y'all feel about Absolute Wonder Woman, and I'm gonna see y'all boys and girls next time.
Peter Parker is more powerful than the symbiote god Null. I know that's a crazy statement, but it's true. You'll see why in just a few moments.
Now, for some reason, when Crave said that, Phil, you seem to have had an issue with that. But here's the reality. He's right. He's literally right. When it comes down to Null versus Peter Parker, King in Black. I'm sorry to say this, guys, but yeah, King in Black, Peter Parker is way more powerful than Null ever was. And do not worry, I will be making a long form video explaining this in great detail, but let me give you some key points as of right now. So in Venom War Spider-Man issue 3, there was something that you missed, Phil, that was in the beginning of that book. Well, technically, towards the middle. An arachnoid got inside of his mind. Remember that he had visions of his future, or memories linked to another Peter Parker that exists in an alternate timeline, but yet it's still canon. And that Peter Parker fought Arachnoid. Now I know some of you guys are wondering, well, who the hell is that? Well, Phil, just like Venom told Peter, he thought it was a being that was erased or that was gone or that wasn't real, because even Null was scared of it. I want to make sure I put this up in big bold letters. As you can see right here, it says nothing has ever survived its touch. It was feared even by Null himself. And Phil, when it came to this King in Black Peter Parker, he not only killed the thing that Null himself was scared of, but it had basically bonded with his daughter, and it had no way of bringing itself back. He destroyed it. He destroyed the thing that Null himself was terrified of. And then in your video, you brought this part right here saying that we don't know if he destroyed the Enigma Force, etc. Because here it is stated that he basically destroyed everything in the Marvel Universe except a small section of Rebels. But the part that you missed, Phil, up here it is stated that from world to world, his web stretched through the void. Not just through the universe, but through the void itself, stating that he not only gave form to infinity, that he controls the entire universe itself. Now, why is this significant? If I kill all the hosts in the universe, the Enigma Force can't make a host. The Enigma Force by itself is weak. How do we know this, Phil? Captain Universe Silver Surfer, issue 1. There was a being who took the Captain Universe for himself and forced it inside his body, basically trapping it in a way that it couldn't get out. So Surfer had to beat that opponent, release the Captain Universe, aka the Enigma Force, and then he had to find it a new host. I mean, Phil, you even brought up the fight with the Anti-All in the third Cosmos, and you really did, like, you missed out something. Phil, he was losing, and they had to help him so he could prevail. Again, if it wasn't for Strange and all them coming together, he would have lost against the Anti-All. Like, it's right there. It did require help from them to win, because the Anti-All has always had an edge over good. But you tried to use this as a way to say the only thing that can really beat characters like Null is the Enigma Force, etc. But no. The Enigma Force has never had the power, even by itself, to beat Null or anything from the void. I mean, again, in King in Black, even with the power of the Enigma Force, that was never enough to beat Null. To contend, sure. Beat him, no. This is why he needed, again, another dose of the power cosmic from Silver Surfer and the magic of runes and the power and embodiment of the storm in his hammer. Fusing that together, it gave him a weapon strong enough to not only challenge Null, but it gave him the ability to strip away all of the Void's powers, the Abyss, etc., off of his body. In which we know when it comes to weapons and Null, if you have a strong enough weapon, you can effectively kill him. Which is not only shown in 616, but it is shown in other universes. Like, why do you think the White Paladin was so powerful? He was not a King in Black, but he embraced the light, evolved his symbiotes, changed the void, and is, until this date right now, the most powerful version of Eddie Brock, next to the Venom in its own pocket universe. So yeah, Crave is absolutely correct. And Peter Parker as King in Black is way more powerful. This is just a short version, but I will be making a longer version very soon. It should be up by tomorrow. But yeah, in this battle, I'm sorry to say, Null is no more powerful than Peter Parker. Peter Parker is actually the strongest King in Black that we've seen right now to actually accept the role and do the job to its fullest. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But besides that, guys, like I said, I have another video coming up, and you guys enjoy your day.
What's going on? This your guy King Fitch. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for some hits, even if they are recycled vids.